Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on what is the karma for your mean or narcissistic or like backstabbing friend. So a friend who has not been particularly good, mean or narcissistic. That's been their energy. So take a look at the three piles. We got pile number one, the blue flashlight pile. Pile number two, the red flashlight pile, and pile number three, the green flashlight pile. So tune into which pile you think would fit a particular friend or non friend or not so good friend in your life, and let us get started. All right, pile number one. We've got the blue flashlight pile. What do we have here? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Eight of Cups upright. King of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. And Three of Wands. So, for the karma of this person, is I get it. They're very. I want to first talk about their karma, then I'll kind of talk about what kind of the person that they are or were. And so right now I'm hearing that they're very much hemmed in. We see with the Magician reverse, they very much could not move forward. They can't move forward. And so we've got the Three of Wands. It's like this is what they want to create in their life, the Three of Wands, but they're stuck because the Magician is very much a card about stepping in their power and stepping into their power, and they're not able to do that with the Three of Wands. It's like this is what they want their ultimate outcome to be, and they can't do that. And I'm hearing that they're very much controlled by a male figure in their life. I'm hearing like a boss, a significant other, or it could. I'm also hearing. Okay, what I'm hearing too is that if it's not an actual person, it's almost. I heard the word patriarchy. They're very controlled by their own thoughts, and almost like it's like this judgmental patriarchy is taking place in their mind. And okay, what I'm hearing is that connects to what they did to you. Is they were very judgmental towards you, and and I'm hearing it that the sort of the karma that they're experiencing in their mind now, it's sort of like the judgment has been turned around towards them, and they feel it's like this controlling patriarchy that they're trying to almost live up to. And I'm hearing they have a lot of psychological problems, I'm hearing, and they can't. It's like they can't create what they want in their life. They can't create what they want because of this. Because almost like what they did to you. I'm hearing what they did to you. They did it because of the same structure that's in their mind now. So I'm hearing, what I mean by the patriarchy, I don't mean to sound all like feministic, or it's just sort of what I'm hearing is almost like a, not even the patriarchy, but almost I'm hearing this sort of a religious, judgmental patriarchy complex, like almost this male judgmental. It could also be a female judgmental figure, but it's like a almost like a figure in their mind that judges them constantly. And I'm hearing for what they did to you is I'm hearing that they very much they made you feel very. I'm hearing that they took your spirit and your goodness and your angelic energy, and they crushed it, and they somehow sent you out in the cold. Like they treated you very badly by crushing your spirit, by and almost it was very much a very emotionally damaging what they did to you. I'm hearing with the Queen of Cups, and it was a culmination. It was like I'm hearing this image of, when somebody takes a hammer, and it's connecting to their karma. So I to get to that second, but like when you see a hammer beats down somebody, beats them down, beats them down, beats them down. That's what I heard. They beat you down emotionally. It's one way or another, through words, through cruel gossip, or just a sense of overall, like just a lack of kindness, a lack of empathy, and it made you feel very much out in the cold and very, very just almost emotionally, just almost. I feel like the life. the words that they said they did to you was such a betrayal that it felt, it's almost like you left yourself. I'm hearing with the Eight of Cups. It's almost like a part of you left yourself because it was just so awful. And I hear like just they beat you down so badly is what I'm hearing. That you felt that you left yourself and you felt you were out in the cold. They may have done it just to you. I'm hearing in some cases they may have done it like they may have ganged up on you with other people. Either way, it was just very emotionally terrible. And for some, it was very sudden and shocking and very. It made it very hard for you. Betrayal. I hear it's a betrayal, an absolute betrayal. Whether it was just with them or someone else, it was this betrayal of tossing you out by yourself. And just, yeah, I'm hearing you. They sent you out by yourself in some way, whether you left yourself or it was like a group dynamic where they sent you, like they kind of, it might have been unfair words that were told about you, like they twisted things, unfair words. But I'm hearing the same sort of judgmental, it's almost like this. I'm getting a sense of very heavy guilt that they feel. There's a very sense of heavy guilt they put on you, and that's why they did that. Not that they should, but it's now not that they should ever have done that. But it's sort of like the guilt has in their life now. It's either as an energy, or it's actually come to a form of a person. That judgmental sort of put down, hammering you with words, or sort of casting you out in the cold with betrayal. It's sort of it's personified now. Well, the reason why they did that, it's like they never got rid of that, and it's personified almost in their life, and they're like, why is this energy or person and or person? So it could be an energy and a person. Why are they in my life? Why are they doing this? They can't. It's sort of like somebody in their life that's sort of like a bane of their existence, and it's sort of like, but it's they don't understand. It's sort of like an energy of what's already in their mind, what they did to you, but was in the back of their mind and caused them to act the way that they did. And so, yeah, I'm hearing that they're hemmed in. So the Eight of Cups was the result of making you feel that you wanted to leave yourself and almost you felt so cast out. But it's like now I'm hearing this another meaning of it, like they're trapped, so they can't become the Eight of Cups because they're hemmed in, and they really eventually want to get to the Three of Wands, but they can't because they're so hemmed in by this energy. They're so hemmed in by this energy, and it's like they want to have a rebirth, but because they're not this energy makes it difficult for them to have a rebirth because I'm hearing they're not removing the energy that caused them to act the way that they did, like with the Six of Pentacles. Like they gave something to you that was very poisonous, and yeah, it's sort of like, and when they did it, it's almost like, I'm drawn to the glasses, it's sort of like they covered their eyes, and it was like, oh, very duplicious, like pretending that they were doing one thing, but they were doing another thing. They're pretending they were doing one thing. So I'm getting a very duplicious, but either duplicious or like hammering you over the head with something, with over and over, like this is like very making you feel guilty. And what's another part of their karma? Feeling very, very alone, I'm hearing with the Hermit, even if they're with other people. Even if they're with other people, feeling very alone and trapped with the Eight of Swords. Yeah, trapped. So trapped, and I said that before about being hemmed in, and then very significant, the Magician in reverse. So it's sort of like they can't have their power, they can't, and yeah, I keep on, because the King of Pentacles can be many different things, but I hear in this case the very judgmental force, and it's sort of like the judgmental almost force that they put towards you, being very judgmental, being very, cruel, lacking an understanding with their words. It's now the ghost of that, or the energy that was always there is now in their life. And it's here, I'm hearing it's here to stay. Ten of Pentacles, and I'm hearing that it's going to be embedded throughout with a ten, like almost a sense of completion. It's going to be embedded, probably most likely throughout their entire life. So yeah, that's their karma, is just living in sort of a dark. That's what I hear. Just sort of a dark, sort of oppressive energy is what I hear with the, because the ten of, I just keep on hearing the word oppressed, very oppressed, and it's almost like they're oppressed by this family structure that they're in. They're created, maybe the trauma that they went through is when they were young is caused a judgmental, like they were judged, they had this oppressive regime on them, so they put this oppressive regime on you without learning. Instead of dealing with their oppressive dynamic, they're like, oh well, I'm just going to run that into other people. So that's what I'm hearing. They, instead of dealing with their emotional issues, they're just like, oh, I'm going to run that into other people. Interesting. So I'm hearing is that get away. What I'm hearing, and then the another meaning I'm hearing too, the Eight of Wands, is that you need to get away from this energy because it may still linger in your space. So you can get it out of your energy by saying affirmations like, I am pure, I have pure energy essence, I am living and thriving in my own pure energy essence. That's what came to mind. But also, you want to do a cord cutting, healing the area, just the intention that and I'm hearing it may try and stick. It's almost like a very sticky energy is what I hear. Very sticky. Like they're energetically, I'm hearing they're energetically not somebody that you can get rid of it with one pass. You have to, even with the cord cutting, you'd have to really maybe go over it a couple of times because they've almost got all these tentacles is what I'm hearing too with the tentacles. So they're kind of a really sticky energy that lingers. I'm thinking of that Seinfeld episode where they're remember there was that odor in that car and he couldn't, it just lingered on everybody and it just was horrible for everybody. So I'm hearing they've got an energy and an odor that just lingers, and their odor has been their energetic and emotional odor has been everywhere. So I'm hearing, don't be alarmed if it takes a couple of tries to get away their energy and to heal your living space. I'm hearing that there may be, if you talk to them on the phone, there may be I'm hearing energetic stenches in your home. Not for everybody, that message, but there may be almost an energetic stench. Or if they're sending negative energy, they're a stench, just like that Seinfeld episode where he couldn't get rid of that horrible smell out of his car. So he eventually just gave it away. That's what I'm hearing. So you need to repair just this dark. So the blue is not really a good blue. It's a dark, oppressive blue. So good luck with that. Energetically, just put the intention to totally release that energy and love yourself and realize that you are deserving of good people in your life now. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2. What is the karma for your narcissistic or mean or sort of, other words, bad friend? So pile number 2, the red flashlight pile. What do we have? The Sun, the Three of Cups in reverse. Interesting. 2 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. So I'm hearing that something about this karma is going to be, I'm hearing there's different types of karma for this person, but one of them is that it's going to affect their relationship with other people, friends, family members, interconnections from other people. How so? So what I'm hearing is lots of conflict, and it's almost like then they won't be able to hold on. I'm hearing that this is I'm hearing the word controlling energy. This is a very, whether you know that this or not, this is a very controlling energy, and they like to sort of hold people always, but it's like I'm hearing they can't, everyone slips through their fingers. Like I hear this image of they're trying to hold on to something like a friendship or a relationship, whatever it is, and they just slip through their fingers. They just they just slip through their fingers, and this causes them a bunch of conflict. So yeah, it's almost like they need to learn that they can't control you or other people. I'm getting controlling energy. So let's see, what did they do? What did they do? They caused you a lot of strife in some way. I'm hearing they could have stolen something from you. They could have traumatized you in some way. They could have told your secrets. They could have, in some cases, I'm hearing they sort of twisted the truth in order to get something that they wanted that you had. So they were just very, yeah, like they twisted the truth. They did something like that. But I'm hearing that yeah, they basically, and then they also, I'm hearing this person, they come from a lot of fear. So their fear energy, they come from a lot of fear. They come from a lot of survival. So they put that energy on you through, yeah, traumatizing you, trying to drain your energy, take something from you that wasn't theirs. And I'm hearing that, I'm hearing too, this is as good as it gets. Like, it's almost I'm hearing that they probably had a bad experience. Not that it has any excuse, but it's like they're trying to capture sort of, I hear them just kind of going into, like, I see them as almost being the sun trying to interact in a way that people don't respond to. Is that's what I'm hearing too? Like they almost want to create connections, but they basically interact in a way that people don't respond very well to, is what I'm hearing. And they can't figure it out. It's like almost, I hear this, they're kind of like a clueless narcissist, and they don't know how to interact. And basically, and it's almost like they feel, why do I get stuck in this heartbreaking space? Why do I have this heartbreak? Let's see what else. What else is there? Karma. Okay. 9 of Cups. I get there's more. Something else. Okay. I've got another card that draws me. Knight of Swords. I'm hearing angry because it's like they almost want to be a princess. They want to be, I'm getting some sort of narcissistic vibes. They want to be a princess is what I'm hearing. You see this 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups can be a good card, but it's like they feel this anger because it's like they're not reaching this image. I'm hearing very narcissistic, very image oriented, and they have this anger with the Knight of Swords. They're not achieving the sort of the princess vibe that they want to have. And then 4 of Cups, and it comes down to I'm hearing that people are always, they may perceive that other people are rejecting them, but it's not the case. It's just that it's like I'm hearing it. They think rejection is something that it's not. Like if somebody doesn't completely go along with their plans, they think of it as rejection. But they feel almost rejected and angry because people aren't responding to their way of doing things and their plans, and their, like, it's almost like this spoiled energy, like people are not, and then they feel like, oh well, if people don't do what I want, they don't love me, is what I'm hearing. And if people don't go along and prop up my image, if I'm hearing something too, not even just going along with their plans, but it could be that too, but if people don't prop up the image of myself, so yeah, you're reading some narcissistic vibes here, then they're like, they're not my friend, I'm hearing. So it's sort of like they almost have this, I'm hearing that they're here for almost like this narcissistic vibe, like they want to have this, they almost like they demand perfect awe and respect, and when they don't get it, then they're just like, well, this isn't like, they almost like when they don't get perfect awe and respect. They just huffy go away. They're like, I don't want this anymore. Let's see. Yeah, and Two of Swords, and also I'm hearing too, they don't know. I'm hearing that they have kind of a shaky foundation, so they don't really know um, what what's going to what's going to happen. So it's sort of like that's part of their karma too. It's just not really knowing what's going to happen and just being angry at people for not propping up their image of what they want people to think they are. They want people to I keep on getting it. Yeah, they want people to think what they are, and then also let's see. I'm just gonna cover it right here, but I've got the World card too. So it's sort of like it's almost like because they're stuck in this thinking of narcissism that they'll never have the true completion in this lifetime, and yeah, they'll never have a true, and they're all yeah new, and then I pulled the Hanged Man, so it's sort of like they're basically like in a perpetual state of stuckness, and basically just basically because they're a narcissist. I'm getting this is a heavily like could be I'm getting covert narcissistic vibes. So because of that, it's sort of like they're just like not that's they can't shift out of whatever they're in. So it's just like let's see what else. How do they? Yeah, and then that they feel, and then I'm hearing another part of their karma is they'll eventually they'll feel like other like they'll feel that you are abundant, and they'll worry because they are not. So they'll feel not realizing that it's not even about things or an image. It's about emotional abundance. So I'm hearing that they're very concerned about things, images. Like image, I'm hearing image is everything, but they don't know how to be truly abundant. And you or other people around them will be truly abundant. Whether or not you have money, not that there's anything wrong with having money, but it's beyond having true abundance is beyond sort of money and accomplishments. Although that can be part of it, and that is, but it's more emotional, and I'm hearing they'll be angry because people don't share. I'm hearing, or they'll see you as not sharing when the reality is they quite frankly don't deserve to be shared with because of the way that they have been. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. That was pile number 2. Now let's see pile number 3. Karma for your mean or narcissistic friend. What do we have here? We've got Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Ace of Swords in reverse. Oh, 7, yeah. Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Ace of Swords in reverse, Judgment. We've got Judgment card. We've got 7 of Pentacles, and we've got Strength. So what did they do to you? Let's see. What did they? Pulling the Victory card here too. So I'm hearing that. Interesting. I'm hearing a lot of mind games. I'm hearing that they kind of tried to steer you in the wrong direction or slow things down for you. Interesting. They tried to steer you in the wrong direction or kind of tried to be... I'm hearing that you may have not known what this person was like at first, and you thought that they were just a sort of a fun... I'm getting an image of like a very kind of fun, boisterous person, but really, deep down, they really do not have good intentions whatsoever. And you found that out after they'd sort of steered you into sort of wrong directions. It's almost like they could have done that financially, even I'm hearing for some. Emotionally, it's sort of like they almost try to take over your mind, I'm hearing. And try to, they really like to, like, well, you should do this when you should really have done this or this. Like they may have steered you down a path when you were in a very kind of a period when you didn't know which way to go, and you're almost looking for guidance. and they were very much like boisterous, like a very boisterous, like could be a overt narcissist, but or not. It could be a covert, but with an outgoing personality is what I hear. But what else did they do? Let's see right here. We've got yeah, 10 of Wands. I hear they tried to obstruct your path in some way. They tried to obstruct it by feeding you false information, but by I'm hearing it almost two-faced, like, oh, I'm doing wonderful things, like do things for you, but really they're not, or just they could have even. I'm hearing in some cases like told lies about you to like did something blatantly two-faced. I'm hearing like told somebody that like if somebody I don't know, it's popped in my mind, if you liked somebody, for example, this is a kind, and I'm not saying this necessarily happened, but it's an example of what they could do, like if you like somebody, they'd tell somebody like you didn't like them, or you were actually a slut, or did like, or with a stripper or something. They almost came up with almost wild, like almost a delusional lies type thing. Um, yeah, like almost like they came up with these like wild tales to try and obstruct your path, or like say, oh, you know, if someone was interested, like, okay, what I'm hearing is sort of like there's a type of person, if for, I don't know why I keep on coming with the example, but if you wanted a job, or if you wanted a particular person, they'd be like, they'd say to you, oh, I'm going to talk to the person and say good things about you. But then they'd be like, they'd go to the employee or to the potential, you know, romantic interest and be like, oh, well, she's really this way. She's really this way. And it's like, oh, I talked to them. I said all these wonderful things about you. Oh, I went, oh, and then they just completely two-faced. Like, they'd be like, oh, the boss, oh, she's really, she drinks on the job, and or he, you know, shouldn't be operating heavy equipment because they're on drugs. But then, oh, I told them what a outstanding person you are. I told them all that. Oh, and then like then switching, like almost switching and totally lying, and just yeah. So a big liar is what I'm hearing, like a very big liar. And it's sort of like this unconscious way, like they really want to trip you up in some way. And I'm hearing in some cases it's very confusing to you, because some of their, I'm hearing the word, a lot of their behavior, this friend, did not make any sense. It did not make any, you're like, why on earth would this person do that? And I'm hearing that they kind of have a really, I'm hearing that this person has, like, I'm hearing histrionic, narcissistic, cluster B, even the dark triad, like a really weird personality disorder from childhood trauma, but that's no excuse. And what I'm hearing is that because of that, I hear that they're going to spend, okay, what I'm hearing is throughout their entire life, they're going to be, with the strength, they're going to spend their entire life struggling with their own damaged nature and not being able to move forward, and um being stuck, not being able to, because I'm hearing that their personality is so damaged. Like they have, I keep on hearing personality disorder, and so in a very dark, destructive personality disorder, right? Because there's some personality disorders that aren't that evil, but I'm hearing this tends to their personality disorder, personality structure. Like look up personality disorders if you don't already, and you can kind of figure out the dark triad, narcissism, that kind of thing, histrionic, that kind of thing. Look it up and see if any of that fits. But it's sort of like yeah, and because of that, they just can't. They run in circles because they basically they have a major personality disorder. And because of that, they spend the whole life wrestling their nature, not moving beyond it with the Seven of Pentacles, right? They're hemmed in by this strength called wrestling their nature, and because of that, they can't really truly move forward, and they can't really come up with any resolution. So there's no resolution to their damaged personality. And if you think that doesn't sound like karma, believe you me, it is. It's a major karma. And Page of Cups, and I'm hearing, I keep on getting that they're almost be childlike, like it's stuck in this state, and it's sort of like they don't really. I'm hearing they don't. Maybe 10% of them knows that there's something wrong, or maybe even 5%, 4%. But a lot of them doesn't. They don't really know that anything is wrong with them, or if they do, it's not to the extent that they think it's worth changing, right? Because they just almost like that's what they're gonna do in this life. It's just learn how to be a destructive path to other people. I'm hearing some of their karma is they may meet somebody who's the same way, who will do the exact same thing to them. Some cases, they could have a kid that's exactly like them that causes them karma, but that's only in some cases. In a lot of cases, it's basically somebody will be exactly the same to them. Like, they'll meet their mirror, their match. Like, they'll meet somebody who they think is like their kindred spirit, but then I'm hearing that they have like a poison in the glass, and they'll do I'm hearing they'll meet somebody who's almost their doppelganger or evil twin, and because they're kind of so stupid, they won't recognize it at first. And then this other person will do the exact same thing. It's like I'm hearing, an exact same mirror they'll meet. This person will meet an exact same mirror. And what can you do for healing? I'm hearing it maybe. I'm hearing that in some cases you may want to journal, because like the red flashes is about healing, and not for them, because it doesn't appear that they'll be healing. They're going to be wrestling with their nature their entire life. But I'm hearing for you to journal. You may want to journal, do some artwork about it. And I know that sounds like, why would you? I'm also hearing like you may want to like talk to somebody about this experience, because I'm hearing it was a major mind fuck. It was a major mind fuck to have this experience with them. So maybe talking to like someone, either a trained professional or something else, would help you heal. But and then the Eight of Pentacles, or healing or journaling it. For some, you're very self-aware, so you can deal with that yourself. But it's not. I'm not saying that you should give this person all that much energy, but it's just amount to healing and moving beyond your pain is the most important thing. And however way, I'm hearing you'll know the best way to do that, to have that healing. But I'm hearing this is you're kind of more introspective and perhaps introverted than this person. With his persons can be gaudy, flashy. I kept on hearing in some cases histrionic. You may want to look up the histrionic personality disorder or other personality disorders in general. But it's sort of like, so this person may have attacked your worth and made you feel that being quiet is bad in some way. But I'm hearing this person is just very toxic. They made you feel bad in some way that could have done that. But it's sort of like you just need to heal, because this person, it's not going to be good for them stuck with their sick nature their entire life. Not a fun experience. Alright, so that's all we've got for pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a terrific day.